We recently completed a $30,000 project that did not go to plan at all, and we lost thousands of dollars along the way. In this video, I'm going to tell you some of the mistakes we made so that when you have big projects, you don't do what we just did. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching today. Hopefully the voice is okay. I'm a little under the weather. I want to talk about some of the low points along the way of business, because we all have the low points. And we recently did a project that pretty decent sized project. It was like worth over $30,000, but unfortunately it did not go to plan. We had some big hiccups along the way. So this project was kind of unique. I'll give you the backstory and then talk about why it didn't go to plan. And then I think there'll be some points in there that you guys can use in your business for, like, when you do have these larger type projects, how do you manage them effectively so that you don't bleed thousands of dollars? So we were asked to submit pricing for a commercial project in a town about 3-4 hours away. It was like a downtown civil development. And so the scope of work was basically some line painting work in the parking areas downtown. They also wanted some thermoplastic work with some of the crosswalks and markings like that. Then a couple other things. We also had to do some sandblasting, which we used one of our service partners for. We didn't actually get the approval for this job until like late September. So very late in the year. We had tried to follow up with the customer, a couple, or the general contractor a couple times, like, do you intend on working with us? Like, we'd like to know in advance. By the time we got the go ahead, though, it was very late in the year and we had to order in our material for the project. So we kind of were already behind the 8 ball in a sense, because weather is getting very cold and it was a scramble to get the product here. But we did start the project in about mid-October. And the reason why the project did not go to plan was well, a few things. So number one, the first mistake we made was because the project was so far away, we kind of anticipated our crews being able to do it in like two shifts, basically. And what we should have done was sent a full crew of like 4 people, have them stay in a hotel, stay overnight, instead of trying to commute back and spend a long day. So what they did is, the first day they went there, they spent 4 hours driving. They spend like 6 hours on site, which is not that much time. And then another 4 hours to drive back. So it's a super long day for your guys and for a crew to go out. And the bigger problem, though, was that the product we were trying to install, the thermoplastic, did not go to plan. It didn't stick very well at all. You'll see some of these photos here. This is pre-formed thermoplastic, so it really just needs to be put on the surface and heated up and applied. But we had some installation errors, partly due to the weather, partly due to our guys not putting it down correctly. And as you can see in some of these photos, like, the product just got obliterated. It did not stand up onto the surface at all. Definitely our guys learned a lot on this one on how not to install preformed thermoplastic. But they also had a tough challenge, man. It was cold out, and this product has a lot harder time installing when it's that cold. So right away we started falling behind on the project, because now we have to make extra trips to go out there, right? And those extra trips, we basically ended up making 4 trips, one-way trips, to go do this $30,000 job, which completely sucks a lot of profit out of your project, if not all of it, because all of the time you're spending costs money. So we learned a lot from this project. In the end, it turned out okay. We did get things done, but it sure took a lot longer. And that's kind of been, like, candidly, in our company, a big struggle for us. Like, when it was just me going out and doing all the painting, like, I'm the business owner. So if you're a line striping business owner listening to this, like, I like to call it the give a crap meter. Your give a crap meter is very high. And that's not to say that your employees and your team members don't care. It's just no one will ever care about a project succeeding more than you. And because of that, as a business owner, you will look for ways for the project to succeed, and sometimes find ways and to avoid problems, because you know what the consequence is to the business if you don't do that. So with our company, we've struggled a little bit in having, like, a really good project management approach. So we do have a full-time project manager who was a former technician in the company. We promoted him at the start of the year. But I haven't really done an effective job of giving him the tools to succeed and the resources. to like effectively manage these bigger type projects, right? Once you get projects, guys, over like $10,000, like you do need somebody to make sure that, you know, um, do we have enough resources? Are we planning the schedule for it the correct way? Do the guys who are going out to the job, are they properly trained to do it? Do they have they been shown the correct way to install product? There's so many little things that go into effective project management. And because by nature, that's not my strong suit, I haven't done a really effective job at helping my project manager succeed in his role. So, wanted to show you guys a cool, very unique resource that I was recently given through the Top Contractor School. So I've worked with Top Contractor School for about 6 months now. I absolutely love them to death. If you'd like more info about it, we'll put the link in the description there so you can check more about it. But that's basically a group where 30 plus asphalt business owners are paying to get education on how we can run better businesses. So the document I wanted to show you, we'll put up on the screen here, is called the 12 Steps to Effective Project Management, Efficient Project Management. And even though it's a really simple tool, like it's only 12 things on here, but what we've found since this project, which candidly we probably lost like somewhere between $5,000 and $10,000 of extra money that we could have had put into the company, but we spent it on trying to fix problems. Had we implemented like this beforehand, we probably would have saved a lot of those problems. So just have a look at this document and you can kind of see that these 12 steps are not that complicated. So first and foremost, an effective step to efficient project management is clearly define the objective and the scope of what you're doing. So make sure that everyone knows exactly what they're doing, what we're trying to accomplish, and then from that you can then go to step 2. List all of the tasks that are going to happen on this project. And so right then and there, I would encourage you guys to think about your projects. Like we felt like with this $30,000 job that the techs have installed this product before. We have construction drawings, so it's not like they need to invent stuff themselves. We felt like they could go there and theoretically succeed. But what we didn't do was really break out the work into sections for them. So instead of having them kind of run around to different areas of the project with no real plan, we didn't really give them an effective task list. Like this is priority 1, this is what we want to do. And not just the area of work, but like how our technicians can ensure that they're quality checking their work as they go along. As your company grows, guys, and if you get less involved with being in the field and you're more turning into a project manager, or maybe you have somebody else doing that for you, it's so important that you have your crew kind of self-analyze their work. Project management approach like this, where you breaking things out into 12 steps before you even go to the job, can really make a difference on those bigger type projects to make sure that you stay efficient and maximize the profit in your company. So other things that go through here, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but planning the running order. So making sure that if there's specific steps that have to happen before the project, that those are clearly assigned. This person's got to get our permits. This person's got to order material. This person's got to schedule it with the client. Like put those all out so that it's clear and everyone knows what they're doing. Contingency plans, number 4, super important. A couple other things, consider crashing. I like this one. What happens if the wheels fall off the project? Like what happens if things don't go to plan? Who do we call? What is the chain of command? And so all of these steps are super effective to making sure that you stay on track with your projects. So this is something we're putting in place with our company, with our all of our projects. Like how do we effectively make sure that we don't spend thousands of dollars making mistakes that could have been prevented? Our goal is to get better. Like again, candidly speaking, like operations have always been a bit of a struggle for us. We're really good at selling stuff, but sometimes actually doing the stuff, it can be a bit of a problem for us. So we're investing in ways that we can actually get better and use technology and use simple resources like this to help. So when it comes to actual preformed thermoplastic, I should just talk about that. We love the product. We've installed it before. We definitely learned things on this project with it. Make sure that you absolutely adhere it to the surface properly. Check with your manufacturer and they will give you clear guidelines. In fact, our manufacturer gave us a training video on how to install it. So make sure when you're doing products like that you and your guys clearly understand this is how we make sure that it's done correctly because one little mistake with like product installation, whether it's striping or thermoplastic or signage, one mistake can cost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. So it's super important to make sure that you have those things in place. So live and learn. You know, our rule of thumb here at the company is when things go wrong, it's an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity for us to take ownership of our mistakes and see how we can get better. So hopefully you guys don't have $30,000 projects that don't go to plan, but with some good planning, good project management, you probably won't have to have that happen. So hopefully you found this video helpful. Yeah, we want to be candid and share kind of the mistakes that we make along the way so that hopefully you guys don't have to make those same mistakes. So if you have any questions about this, if you want more information, if you want to talk more about thermoplastic or project management or how we are implementing these 12 steps, reach out anytime. Love connecting with people and seeing how I can help and just get to know you guys better and see how your business is doing. So hopefully you learned from that. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you. Keep your stripes hot. We'll talk to you soon.